Hi, lovely and darling viewers. It's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm doing another Top 5 Wednesday. As always, the Goodreads group is in the description below if you want to check that out. This week's topic is our favorite LGBTQ plus reads. So these are books where either the characters or the author are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, queer, intersex, or asexual. I couldn't just pick five for this. I really was having trouble narrowing it down. So actually, I have 10. And I broke them into kind of categories of which part of that they fit into. So let's go, I guess. The first category I have is gay, lesbian, or bisexual characters. The first book is Two Boys Kissing by David Levithan, because I just finished reading this book yesterday. So this follows 8 teenage boys as they're dealing with what it's like to be gay currently, and they have a diverse set of experiences, from families that are supportive to families that are kind of in denial, to ones just flat out reject it. The main couple in here is trying to break the world record for the longest kiss, at 32 something hours, to bring awareness to the fact that just being gay is a thing. It's also told with this Greek chorus of narrators who are from the generation before the ones who went through the AIDS epidemic, and not only the chorus remembering their own lives, but also them looking at and reacting to these kids. Also, I have Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. This one follows two different teenage boys who are both named Will Grayson, and they have these two completely different lives. They live in two different cities. The one, Will Grayson, is straight and the other one is gay, and I like seeing their two different paths and lives. They do intersect and they do meet halfway through the book, which is cool. Next on my list is Husbands, which is a graphic novel collection of comics, trade paperback, that's what they're called, which is based on the web series Husbands by Jane Espenson and Brad Bell. So the web series focuses on these two gay men who get drunk and then married in Las Vegas. And then they decide to stay married because getting an annulment would not help the greater cause. Neither one of them's in love with anybody else. They're already dating, so let's try. I love the two different men and their personalities. The one is a baseball player and was closeted and didn't tell anybody he was gay until they got married, and the other one was flamboyantly out there and everybody knew. And so dealing with the spotlight on them because they're both famous. So for the comics, they get these wedding presents, and one of them is this magical book that transports them through all these different stories. They have to go through all these different tropes, like the medieval damsel in distress type story, but they're both guys, and it kind of adds a different element to these stories, especially since they're modern guys. It's just fun, basically. And I recommend the web series if you can find it. Next on my list is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. The two main characters in here, Baz and Simon, are gay. Simon's in denial until part of the way through the book when he and Baz finally kiss, and then we see this internal struggle with Simon kind of wrestling with the fact that he didn't realize he was gay until he kissed Baz. It's kind of weird and strange, and is maybe not the best example of gay relationships, but I love the world, and it's about a magic school, and I love the way that magic works in this book. So my inclusion on this list has more to do with the fantasy world in which Simon and Baz live than the actual relationship between these two guys. But it's fun nonetheless. And then I also have the Harley Quinn comics, which are written by Amanda Connor. These are DC. And I love Harley Quinn as a character. And I also love the fact that she had this relationship with the Joker, but now she's kind of sort of dating Poison Ivy. I don't know if they're really dating. It's just they're together, but they aren't needy and need to like declare things like they just are. I love it. I also love Harley as like this chaotic, fun character, and sometimes you just don't have to have it. Like, we don't always have to deal with the ramifications, I guess. Sometimes it just needs to be. So, my next set of books is Transgendered. The first one is George by Alex Gino, and this tells the story of this girl, George, who is born in a boy's body, and she really just wants everybody to see her as a girl. Specifically, she wants to play Charlotte in the play Charlotte's Web that her class is doing. She's in middle school, and I like this story because it's just about gender identity. Like, she's not old enough yet to decide like which gender she likes, and it's just about her not feeling. It's just about her feeling like she's in the wrong body and really struggling with that, which is cool. I also like the fact that it's written. It is a mid-grade book, so it is for middle schoolers to read. Next, I have If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. That's who wrote this book. And it follows this teenager as she transfers to a new school, and she's already transitioned into female. And it's the secret that she's like carrying in her, and she's kind of worried about, can anybody tell, and what are they going to say if they find out? Will people really accept her? And I like that story and her struggle. We also have flashbacks to her going through transitioning and what her family thinks about this, and really seeing her past. This was fun. Maybe not quite as fun as some of these other books, but it was still a good read. Then I have Beast by Brie Spangler, and this one has Dylan as our main character, who is this big, very hairy guy, and so his nickname is Beast. And he has anger issues, and so he gets sent to counseling. And while he's there, he meets Jamie. And Dylan's completely spacing out when Jamie's telling her story about how she's transgendered. And Dylan's like, hey, this girl's cute, I like her. So they start going out, and the entire time Jamie thinks that he knows her past and that she's transgendered. But Dylan actually doesn't. And it's fun to kind of watch their relationship because A, they're a fun couple, and I think they're cute together. But also kind of like, when is the shoe gonna fall? Like, when is Dylan gonna realize, and how is he gonna react? I also picked the Loki Agent of Asgard comics for Marvel, and the original Sin 10th Realm ones that also have Loki in them. So these comics have so in the comics, Loki is a shapeshifter, so he can become any form he wants. He can become other animals, but specifically Loki can become female, which is cool. So sometimes in these comics, Loki's just a girl, this female version of Loki, and I really love it. It doesn't go deep into it, like we don't have a lot of exploration into how people are reacting to Loki or why Loki's deciding sometimes to be female. But I just like the fact that that's a thing that can happen. It's entertaining, basically. Sticking this in here. I don't know if gender fluid really falls into transgendered, but I like it nonetheless. And then the last category I have is intersex, and there's only one book for that right now. It's None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio. This follows Kristen, who is a high school senior. Specifically, she's the homecoming queen. And the first time she tries to have sex, it hurts a lot. So Kristen goes to the doctor, and she finds out that actually she doesn't have a uterus, and her vagina's like very small, and that's why it hurts. And just the entire book is her dealing with the ramifications of what being intersex means, what it means to her, and what it means to those people around her and how they react to her. And I think we need to talk about intersex more because it's a thing that exists. So those are my top picks for LGBTQ plus reads. Yeah, clearly there are some gaping holes in my reading that I need to fill, like queer and asexual characters. So let me know in the comments below what your favorites are, and if you've read any of these, or if you're planning on reading any of these now. I think it's important that we do read and talk about LGBT plus books and issues, and sometimes they just don't have to go deep into it. Sometimes it's fun and it's important to just have representation, to have characters, even if they're side characters, that fall into these groups to help normalize it. Peace out. I love you guys and keep reading. Bye.